plunge faces 42 drivers for 250 laps at the Bristol Motor Speedway. And tonight, it's a little bit of a different plunge. You come around here through turn 1 on the high banking, 36 degrees. Then you plunge off turn 2 onto the back straightaway, through 3, through the middle of that turn. Then off turn 4, you plunge onto the front straightaway. 250 laps. These drivers won't race here. They try and survive here. And the key to the plunge is not getting in over your head.
Well, Bill Weber, I'm not sure if I've ever thought about it being a plunge. I've always thought about it as being a blind leap of faith. 36 degrees of banking, it slams you down in the seat. It pushes you to the right. You don't know whether you're in the turns or on the straightaway. You blink, all of a sudden, you're on a straightaway. You blink again, you're in a corner. You blink again, you're back on the straightaway. Things happen awfully quick here at Bristol. They happen awfully quick in front of you, and if you don't watch it, you can plunge yourself right into trouble.
Next season, you can expect Dale Earnhardt Jr. to take the plunge into the NASCAR Busch Series on a full-time basis. But tonight, he starts outside the front row, helping Randy LaJoie lead this field to the green flag. He's never been to this track until today. Of course, he'd only tested at Michigan, and he came home 7th. You might expect Randy LaJoie to take the plunge into the NASCAR Winston Cup Series, but he's happy where he is, leading the points, 5 wins. And of course, he's the defending Busch Series champion. But his best finish here is a 3rd. Tonight, he leads a 42-car field to the green flag. Randy LaJoie is on the pole for the Food City 250, which is just about to begin.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, for the command to fire these engines, please welcome once again our Grand Marshal for tonight's race, Mr. Pete Perry of Food City. Drivers, start your engine!
With that command, we begin the rumble and the roar as 42 of the world's best Busch Grand National drivers prepare to do battle here on the high banks of Bristol, Tennessee. ESPN, the worldwide leader in motorsports coverage, presents Speed World. Tonight, live from Thunder Valley, Bristol, Tennessee. We present the NASCAR Busch Grand National Series Food City 250. With just 8 events remaining, we're getting closer at the top of the standings. Todd Bodine just 112 points back. But look, 6 through 10, less than 200 points separate Elliott Sadler from Jason Keller. We got a huge weekend here in the Rose Bowl of NASCAR racing, Bristol, Tennessee. RPM tonight, coming up 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. On the news tomorrow, followed by NASCAR Today at 7 o'clock on ESPN2, and then our live flag-to-flag coverage of the NASCAR Winston Cup Goodies Headache Powder 500. Hello, everyone. I'm Jerry Punch, along with Benny Parsons and Ned Jarrett. And, guys, we have an exciting one for you tonight. Benny, I'm going to tee you up. What are we going to see?
You know, Michigan last week, very wide racetrack. We talked about no caution flags. In fact, the last 3 races at Michigan, just 2 caution flags. And then tonight we'll probably see that in what, the first 50 laps?
Well, last year there were 9 caution flags in this race. That's an average of a little over 2 every 50 laps. So, yeah, I think we can see that same kind of thing here tonight. Tough racetrack to pass on. In fact, you just about got to bump somebody to get them out of your way to pass. And we'll see a little bit of that tonight, I think.
If it wasn't bumping and banging, it wouldn't be Bristol. Is what we're going to see for the next 250 laps. And what about some of the short track aces that have run here this year in 1997? Take a look. Tracks under 1 mile, short track points. Well, not a surprise. LaJoie leads all. Steve Clark, there's Fidoa and Buckshot Jones. Those 3 drivers in the top 5 tonight in the starting lineup. Manufacturers in today's field. Take a look at the field rolling off, 42 strong. We got a Chevrolet on the front row. In fact, 28 Chevrolets, 8 Fords, and 6 Pontiacs. That's the composition of the field here in the Food City 250. Our Suzuki starting grid, we mentioned 42 cars will start. Randy LaJoie picking up his 2nd pole with a 1997 season. Alongside him, impressive young rookie driver Dale Earnhardt Jr. driving for Ed Whitaker. Back in row 2. Starting in 3rd spot, you see Buckshot Jones alongside Tim Fidoa, the 00 in 33. Then Dick Trickle, the master at 55 years of age at Duraloop Chevrolet, besides Shane Hall, who's getting better and better on the short tracks. Nathan Budke driving the Browder machine, the CarQuest Chevrolet. Alongside him, Elton Sawyer, who runs awfully well here. Mike McLaughlin inside row 5, and the guy who won this race a year ago, Jeff Fuller.
Back in row 6, Bobby Labonte, and alongside him, Michael Walter. In row 7 this afternoon, Mark Green and Jimmy Spencer. Row 8, we find Hermie Sadler and Steve Park, the winner last week in Michigan. In row 9, Stevie Reeves and Terry Labonte. And in row 10, Dale Jarrett and Matt Kenseth.
In row number 11, we have Jason Keller in the car number 57 and Randy Porter. In row 12, Rick Wilson, Kevin LePage. Row 13, Brad Teague and Chris Diamond. Now, Chris Diamond did not make the field, but Larry Pearson did. He would be starting in this position in car number 50. So we're going to cross out this 68. There'll be a 50 on that car, but he has to go to the rear of the field as a result of a change of driver and change of cars. Okay, Mark Crow will start inside row 14, and Ron Barfield on the outside. And row 15, we find Robert Presley and Todd Bodine.
All right, back in row 16, 42 cars, Mike Dillon. There's Elliott Sadler, who's had 2 wins and 2 seconds in the last 5 starts. Back in row 17 behind these guys. You see there is Jeff Krogh and Dale Shaw, his first time ever at Bristol, Tennessee. And you look at the rest of the field, Lyndon Amick starting inside row 19. There's Glenn Allen and Johnny Chapman. Some pretty good cars. Phil Parsons had a tough day today, Benny. In the very first lap of practice this morning, he had a problem.
Yes, the accelerator hung. He went crashing in turn 1 wall, destroyed the car, had to go to a backup. Not able to get up to speed, had to take a provisional tonight, and the cars are coming down for the green flag.
Didn't waste much time in getting out of the way, but Buckshot Jones tries to make a move. Now thinks better of it behind Randy LaJoie.
Buckshot was on the pole for a long time this afternoon before Randy LaJoie and Dale Earnhardt Jr. bumped him off, but he has a fast race car.
That's 0-0. Buckshot Jones, Aqua Fresh, sponsor on that car as he follows. Mike McLaughlin, 34 car, leading a long group of cars, and there's Steve Park trying to go by. That's Labonte, Terry Labonte, the 5 car behind him.
And you can see everybody was anxious to get down on the bottom of the racetrack, get in single file, because the bottom groove here is the best groove at the Bristol Motor Speedway, at least in the early going of the race.
There's Matt Kenseth, the car number 17, trying to make a move on the inside. Beautiful shots from high above Bristol Motor Speedway. There's our leader coming out of turn 4. And Buckshot giving LaJoie any time at all to relax here.
Keeping the pressure on.
Jimmy Spencer, the 20 car, and Stevie Reeves in 96. We can see the cars as they move around. Stevie Reeves had to get out of the accelerator, going off turn 4 just a little bit that time.
That is 15 and 16, Benny. That 20 and 96. Reeves, you're riding along the Big A Auto Parts in-car camera, looking out the windshield at the Zippo Chevy for Spencer. There's Reeves, who set on the pole here in this race in 1995.
Spencer tries to take a look on the inside of Hermie Sadler. That's Hermie in the 1 car.
That's 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th is Hermie Sadler. And Spencer has to get on the brakes to miss him.
Might not have missed him totally, might have tapped him just a little bit, but no harm done. Stevie Reeves was one of the fastest in practice all day long here, but he slipped a little bit in qualifying. He thought he would be in the top 5. Here's some passes being made.
That's Mark Crowe in the 80 car going by Robert Preston, 47. They've got Brad Teague. That's the 77 hung on the outside, and the car just keeps going by as Mike Dillon, the 72 car, goes to the inside.
Get up to that second groove, and they're going to go by you down on the inside.
That's back in 26th, 7th, and 8th position. You're watching back there. The 56 car trying to make a move. Being shown now back in 31st.
That's Jeff Krogh. He goes by.
Meanwhile, back up front, battle for second spot, and Dale Earnhardt Jr., who said he's never seen this racetrack before tonight.
He did.
He's getting a good look at it right now. Tim Feeder is coming up to that threesome up front. Feeder will drive in the 33 car. Here's trouble on the front straightaway.
Mike Dillon
Front
involved.
straightaway. Pile him up. Easy, buddy.
Now the spotters telling the drivers problems. And you see what's left of Mike Dillon's car. There are two cars involved, the car number 4 and the car number 80. That is Mark Krogh and Dale Shaw. Driving for James Finch. There's Shaw. His first ever visit to Bristol, which he will not forget, and Mark Krogh.
And Dale Shaw picked up a sponsor now. There we see the damage to the Detroit gasket car of Dillon, and he's over the line, but the crew just starts pushing behind the wall because they know they've got some work to do. And Dale Shaw picked up. Oh, look at that the rear spring rolling across the racetrack. I guess that's out of Dale Shaw's car, I would guess, as he has driven away, but lots of damage.
All right, let's see if we can see what may have happened here at the start-finish line.
Coming off turn 4. And you see at the left of your screen, a couple of cars gets together. Mark Krogh and maybe Robert Presley got together coming off the turn. Then you saw Mike Dillon in the car number 72 come into it, and Dale Shaw got involved as well.
Boy, Lyndon Amick did a nice job to miss this bunch. There's a 35, or did he? No, he got the back of Shaw.
I'd say Lyndon Amick ran in the back of 4 car. That's what turned the 4 car around. And he comes into this 80 car hard. Watch this car jump up in the air and he hits.
Both back ends up in the air. Boy, Phil Parsons got through, and he had a pretty good look from his channel lock-in car.
Okay, sees the smoke up in front. He starts waving. Get out of the way, guys. And boy, did he do some good maneuvering through there. Took the high road, and that was the right road.
Boy, Phil said one car to lose today is enough. He lost his primary car in practice this morning on the first lap when the throttle hung down in turn 1. Under caution for the first time tonight. First of what hopefully will not be that many, but I'm afraid it will be. Pack it more in a moment. Our speed road coverage of the NASCAR Busch Grand National Series Food City 250 from Bristol Motor Speedway is being brought to you by Suzuki. Your Suzuki motorcycle and ATV dealer has the ride you've been waiting for and the financing to get it. By the more than 1,675 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. And by Valvoline Durablend, the #1 selling semi-synthetic motor oil. Under caution for the first time tonight here coming out on lap 14. We are currently showing 18 laps complete. And here's why we have the yellow flag.
Mark Krogh, the 80 car, comes off the corner. There we see the car going sideways. He comes up, spins around and around, does a good job keeping it off the wall, not back in the wall, but all of a sudden Mike Dillon plows into him. And meanwhile, behind him, Dale Shaw is getting punted in the 4 car right here. The 4 car, watch, boom. Lyndon Amick gets the 4 car in the back. He's going to spin, turn 180 degrees, and back into the 80 car, and boom, both cars fly up in the air.
And this is not the kind of debris you like to see after a wreck. That's part of a rear coil spring, probably out of the car number 4.
Probably so, the way that the back end, there were those two cars that hit, and the back end came off the ground. That could have lifted the spring out of either one of them.
And Ned, the car number 35 involved Lyndon Amick, and it's been a tough week for that entire family.
Well, really, and the team Amick Motorsports, driven by Lyndon, of course, will run Get Well Julie logos on their number 35 Pontiac during this race tonight. Julie Amick, who's the wife of David Amick, is hospitalized with cancer at the Medical University of South Carolina, located in Charleston. Certainly our best wishes go out to that whole family.
Indeed they do. Let's check in down in the Randy LaJoie pits with Bill Weber. Bill?
Okay, Jerry, as you know, the driver drives the car, but the spotter is the one that helps him get around the track. Well, for Randy LaJoie, his spotter's radio has gone dead. For now, his car owner, Bill Bumgardner, is on top of the team rig here in the garage area, and he'll spot for Randy. They're trying to figure out how to get his spotter a new radio. The only problem here at Bristol, the spotters are on the outside of the track, the radio's on the inside, and during the race, it's pretty tough to get across the track. Update on Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's told his crew the car feels good. I'm just trying to work these guys right now. So he's adapted to Bristol pretty well. Then when the caution came out, he asked his crew, how many laps have we run here? And they said, about 12 or 13. He goes, man, it only feels like 3.
Boy, Boy, Bristol without a spotter, that's sort of like you trying to eat without a fork, Benny. That's almost hard to do.
It sounds to me like we got to have a spare radio for the spotter at a racetrack like Bristol where you can't get out to them.
Good idea.
All right, there's Dale Earnhardt Jr., Church Brothers Collision Repair Specialist. Let's hope they don't need that sponsor tonight, as the young man running impressively in third spot, though LaJoie is our leader. We'll be right back. Well, you're looking at the Rose Bowl of racetracks, we call it, because it's a beautiful setting here. There's 125,000 seats. These shots courtesy of the fine folks of Pennzoil and our Pennzoil copter cam flying high above Bristol Motor Speedway. Great crowd, probably over 80,000 on hand tonight as we get the green flag once again on the restart, and LaJoie will lead him down.
And Ron Barfield was up on the outside. He lost a lap. I think he had a tire cut down something in that collision. You know, he lost a lap in the pit, so he was trying to get it back and didn't quite do it.
Benny, by Barfield moving in there, that's given LaJoie quite a shot there over Buckshot on the restart.
Now Buckshot will get by, and now we can see just how fast Buckshot is. We'll see how quickly he runs LaJoie down, or how quickly LaJoie drives away from him.
And they are going to black flag the car number 94, Ned.
You say for passing on the wrong side, but in Busch competition, you start from the outside if you're a lap down, so I don't know what the situation is there, but anyway, he's getting the black flag and going backwards.
Well, NASCAR, maybe they think he may have jumped the start, but a tough break for Ron Barfield. There's Jimmy Spencer in the car number 20, the runner-up finish at Michigan, and trouble at turn 2.
No green.
Elliott Sadler, the 29 car, the Phillips 66 car, does a 360, keeps going. Look at the damage to the rear of the car, so where someone has pounded him in the rear.
And no caution flag as Carl Simmons continues under green, and there's LaJoie, the leader. There is Buckshot Jones, Earnhardt Jr., and Fedewa, second, third, and fourth.
Man, I tell you what, that was so close to having a crash there. And look at the sparks coming out of the 74 car, LaJoie's car, as he goes by. And look at, here goes the 7 car. Dale Earnhardt Jr. by the 00.
Just let him go.
Boy, am I impressed with that. And Spencer trying to get around Shane Hall in the Lux Country Style Foods Chevy. That's Spencer behind him in the Zippo Chevrolet, car number 20. 30 laps are complete of 250. As you watch this action, let's check in with the pits with Kyle Petty.
Well, like we said in the opening, things you can plunge into trouble quick here. Dale Shaw found that out. Trouble in front of him. He gets tapped in the rear, spins down into the inside wall. He takes the trailing arm, and the 99 car is going by. Left front tire, everything's rough, and it's just going spark. He has to replace the trailing arm and a rear end housing, maybe. Okay. The other car, the 72 car, Mike Dillon, he busted an oil cooler, tried to drive it around the racetrack. They're trying to fix that thing, but once they get it fixed, you guys know how it is. He could have already spun a bearing, but they won't know till they try to crank it next time.
Glenn Allen right now has ruptured an oil, and that's oil that's burning on a racetrack, I'm fairly sure, but unfortunately, it's burning under the gas tank. And Glenn Allen finally realizes, and he's trying to get out
of the Luxair car. There is Allen, and the impact. This we went down to Kyle Petty. The car, apparently, there's Allen out of the car, and the safety cruiser there. There's the fire department on the scene for the Luxair Chevrolet, the Bill Papke-owned machine for Glenn Allen. But his car went abruptly up across the racetrack. There's part of a brake rotor or something, Ned.
When the right front hits the wall like this, you're going to shatter the brake rotor on the right front, and it's going to be all over the racetrack. I was just happened to be watching the 99 car. Glenn Allen went down the corner, and it looked like the left front tire lost the air, or something broke on the left front. As he turned the car, going turn 1, it just went straight in the outside retaining wall.
Ooh. Well, Glenn Allen had not finished worse than 16th in his last 5 starts. He had a 7th, 14th, 13th, and 15th. And, boy, what a tough break here.
They're still having trouble putting the fire out.
Because that oil or whatever it is keeps dripping out, and now they're putting that water on it, and that water doesn't dissolve that oil, and it just makes it go.
He might have knocked the fuel pump off the car. The fuel pump sits on the right side, so that might have been what. Oh, man, this guy's ready. He's ready now.
Boy.
Let me at that, baby. I'll put that fire out. Where is that fire?
All right, he's got some pressure on that thing, doesn't he?
Man. That's a big chemical hose there. Try to smother that fuel or oil fire. It looks like they've gotten the fire extinguished. See if we can see what happened to to Glenn Allen from Dennis Setzer's Lanson car.
The car goes down the corner, and we can see all the sparks flying, and the left front tire just boom. In the wall he goes, and I guess that's the fuel pump that he knocked off. And as the car is rolling now, Glenn Allen is kind of halfway knocked out. You see, he's kind of, and there's all the parts, the brake rotors flying off the car as he comes down. And the rear tires are still turning, so that the fuel pump still is working, pumping gasoline out. So when it starts burning, there's still a lot of gasoline there to catch on fire. And there's the left front tire, I think, was the culprit when he went down in the corner.
Well, I'm sure we'll catch up with Glenn Allen. Kyle, how about it?
Well, I tell you what, I'm standing here. Not the way you wanted this day to end. You put together a string of 5 or 6 really good races. What happened, and what about this fire out here?
Well, what caused it is the first crash, me and Phil Parsons barely got together. Luxair Chevrolet was pretty good. We just tangled. We thought I touched the guy on the left front. We came in, pulled the fender out. It ended up breaking a ball joint or something. We went down in the corner, off it went, so I was just on for the ride. Luxair Chevy was pretty good. We thought we had a good race car, just racing luck here at Bristol.
Well, as hot as that thing got, you needed that Luxair, buddy. Bill Weber?
With Sandy Jones, who's crew chief for Elliott Sadler, you spun over there between 1 and 2. How's your driver and how is your car?
Well, the car's not too bad right now. He's a little ticked off, but I don't know. Everybody checked up, and that guy in that black car, he just kept going. I don't know what he's thinking.
You concerned at all, Sandy, about your tires?
No, we didn't flat spot him or anything. Everything seems to be okay.
Okay, that's Sandy Jones, crew chief for Elliott Sadler. That young man has been on quite a roll. Now he's got quite a battle to fight here at Bristol.
All right, here's a replay of what they were talking about a moment ago from Phil Parsons' Channel Lock Chevy.
Okay, he said that he and Phil got together just a little bit.
Now this is the Elliott Sadler wreck.
Oh, okay. I beg your pardon. Yeah.
And there's the 89 car that ran in the back of Elliott Sadler, the black car that Sandy Jones was talking about.
That is Johnny Chapman in the Alarm South machine. So the front end of his Ford Thunderbird somewhat crunched. That's the impact from the back of the Elliott Sadler Phillips Petroleum Chevrolet.
There's no wonder that Elliott Sadler spun there, because that much contact was been in a Mack truck.
Yeah, a lot of damage.
Well, we predicted there would be at least 2 caution flags in the first 50 laps. How about 2 in the first 32 laps? It's beginning to look a lot like Bristol as we are here at Thunder Valley, Bristol, Tennessee. 36 laps of 250 are complete. Boy, what a beautiful sunset here in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Bristol, Tennessee. The sun's going down and the action is heating up on this racetrack.
And behind them, people are going somewhere. Look at those jets as they go across the sky.
All right, we're going to go to the NASCAR Online. We're going to go drive on the information superhighway at www.nascar.com. Finish line speed shots, a graphic display of the top 5 cars as they cross the finish line, showing their relative proximity to the leader and monitoring the interval between each of the top 5 cars. That's on NASCAR Online. Now let's go down to Bill Weber.
And second time Elliott Sadler has pitted under this caution. They're concerned about the car overheating. Now they pulled one of the hood pins. Actually, that was not gotten that front end contact, but actually his water temperature was 270, so they brought him in, pulled tape off the front grill, get more in there, help try and cool the water in the radiator so his car will not overheat. And now, of course, he has to go even further back, so he has a long night ahead of him.
Saw some steam out of the car when he was in the pits, and we see the damage that the Johnny Chapman car did to the Trop Arctic number 29 car when he ran the back of him.
Elliott Sadler only his 3rd stop here. He finished 13th in 1996, finished 14th back in the spring of this year. And a lot of cleanup work to be done over there and on the racetrack where all that debris came out from underneath Glenn Allen's car. So as the sun sets, we'll take a break and come back with more green flag action in the Food City 250. Stay with us. Boy, that is a beautiful shot of what we are calling the Rose Bowl of racetracks. If you've ever been to Pasadena and seen the Rose Bowl, you've seen a facility very similar to this. Folks, there are 125,000 seats here at this facility. And it may not look like a big crowd tonight, but I'll guarantee there's probably at least 80,000 or more here watching Busch racing. And tomorrow night, There will be a hooping and hollering fan on every single 125,000 seats, as we'll have lots of action coming your way. 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. RPM tonight on ESPN2. NASCAR today at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And then our live flag-to-flag coverage. Bob Jenkins will be here to call the action lap by lap along with our Speed Roll crew. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN. The Goodies Headache Powder 500. And Kenny Herman Wallace is the pole sitter. His second career pole. Kenny Wallace.
Wow.
How about that?
Isn't that something?
And how about happy birthday, Kenny Wallace? He turns 34 tomorrow night. And Kyle, there aren't many jobs that are pretty easy right here, right?
There's not a single one. Look at these guys trying to refill this thing right now. Just like Benny said, when they were over there a minute ago and they had a fire, the guy with the big hose shot everything he had in his tank. They got to come back over here and refill. The problem was the hose was stuck on it. It was still under pressure, so we had a massive leak over here for a little while. Obviously, you just saw that. It just blew off, so now they're going to fill it back up. I mean, and that's the way it is. And when one fire truck goes down, there's another one sitting here in the infield that's back in line in front of it. These guys are doing this on the side. They go to the back of the line. There's another fire truck ready to take its place right now.
I tell you, it's great that you have that. Not only have a first-line fire system, they have a second and third line. Hopefully you don't need them, but it's good that NASCAR has them standing by. Those guys from the Avoca Volunteer Fire Department. Down in Bill Weber, more work being done in your area.
Well, Sandy Jones was optimistic, but Elliott Sadler believes he has a hole in his radiator now, believes he's losing water, temperature soaring. They've got a radiator out. They're talking it over. He will be coming behind the wall. They'll try and replace that radiator, then get him back out there. He is 6th in points, 18th last week, but before that, I think it was 4 top 2s in a row. And now the 29 is behind the wall. Elliott Sadler wheels it back here, and they're going to go ahead and replace that radiator.
Hey, Weber.
Hang on a second, Penny. I'm not done yet. The 36 car of Todd Bodine has a big hole on the right front of the grill. That got punched when Sadler spun over between turns 1 and 2. They're concerned about Todd's car. It's very tight, and now it's even tighter with that hole. They're making a piece down here in the pits that they'll slap on it when Todd pits. Meanwhile, the work continues on the 29 car of Elliott Sadler. He sits in the car very disgusted. They're going to try and find the problem and obviously fix it. That could mean putting in this new radiator.
All I was going to say is it's a shame that they didn't decide to do this the first or second lap, because it would be done now and they'll only be 4 or 5 laps behind, because right now the caution light is turned off the lap. We're going racing next time by, and he'll be 10 or 12 laps. That's all I want to say. Weber.
Well, as Bill was trying to say before Benny jumped in there, that Elliott Sadler is 6th in the points, and just 3 points out of 5th spot, but now he is on pit road, I should say behind pit road, with a radiator change. Right, Benny coming early, they might have had it done.
That's a great point, really, yeah.
You got to raise your hand when you want to speak.
Weber just couldn't see me.
All right, we're getting ready to restart it here. Hey, Bill.
I think what they wanted to do, Benny, is they didn't think originally the problem was that bad, and they'd already given up all that track position. They did not want to give up any more, so they were hoping the problem was not as bad as it turns out to be. They've been telling Elliott to watch the gauges. He had to come in, green flags out.
Look at Bobby Labonte blow by the cars on the restart. Got McLaughlin. Got another car. Now trying to get Michael Waltrip.
Well, that's Michael Waltrip. And LaJoie's got a problem. He's up high, out of the groove. LaJoie, the point.
Flat right rear, they think.
But he can't get down. All the cars going by, he can't get down. Bill Weber.
Crew scrambling. You heard the call. Flat right rear. LaJoie's going to try and work his way back here. Almost something identical to last year. Early bottom for LaJoie. Valuable point. While he tries to get down.
Do what you can.
Crash right in front of him. Right in front of him. There's a big crash.
Outside.
A huge collection of cars over in turn 2. You heard the spotter say trouble, trouble.
And Todd Bodine, the guy in second place, was in that wreck. I don't know how much damage, but he's in the crash.
Well, he is down and away. Here's Jason Keller, Slim Jim's champion. He's got damage on both the front and the rear. He was involved as most of the cars have pulled away. The safety car is on the racetrack. There is Dale Earnhardt Jr., who is our leader in the car number 7.
Ned, is that unbelievable or what? Dale Earnhardt Jr. is leading this race. First time he's ever been to Bristol.
That's impressive.
Now, we were following Randy LaJoie when this happening with that flat right rear tire, and he's trying to get to the inside, and here's the contact.
There's the 36 car. Todd Bodine gets bumped from behind by Jeff Krogh. Around he goes. Randy LaJoie able to drive by all the the incidents without any damage.
And this is going to be a huge break for Randy LaJoie. He was going to have to stop under green. Now he gets to stop under caution.
All right, from Stevie Reeves, Big A Auto Parts in-car camera.
Which way do you go? He chose the right way and got him another gear and took off.
And the 74 car has not yet been on pit road. But the 36, the Stanley Tools Pontiac of Todd Bodine, is headed to you, Bill Weber.
Well, a frustrated Todd Bodine brings his car to a stop here on pit road around to the right side. They'll change the right side tires. They're going to come around to the left side, but they will not change those tires. Todd gets back out, does not want to take a chance on getting lapped. He'll catch up to the field. They can probably come back in and get his lefts. And they also want to tape up that front right side of the grill. LaJoie, no sign yet, but should be pitting anytime. And here he comes now. I can see him coming down pit road. So Randy LaJoie will be down pit road. He'll also only be able to get 2 tires. They want him to be smooth here on pit road because you have to get your tires, then get back out, catch up to the field because you don't want to get lapped here under yellow. Easy to do under green, and you have to be cautious under yellow. They go around to the right side. Remember, LaJoie thought he had a flat right rear.
Pace cars entering, got plenty of time.
Tires. Now they are going to try and do all 4. Well, this is surprising. Meanwhile, Todd Bodine also back in. He's going to get his
Pace
left
car
side
turn
tires.
4.
He's right behind LaJoie. Left side's going on LaJoie. Left side's going on Bodine. Bodine is down. LaJoie down. They'll both make it out.
Okay, 74, you beat the 36 out. You got 1 to go this time by, so catch up fast as you can, buddy.
That's Bill Bumgarner, the spot.
Okay, I think I'm back.
Slash.
How tire's going?
All right, let's go back to Kyle Petty.
Matt Kenseth's come in. They had to pick up the right side. He had a flat right side tire. They come back in and change left. They didn't think they could do them both at the same time without getting lapped, and they were real close changing rights. They're back out now.
All right, Matt Kenseth coming back out. Let's see if we can sort of recap and show you again what just happened a moment ago.
Okay, this is Randy LaJoie leading the race up there. See, he has about a 3 or 4 car length lead, and all of a sudden you see the car start getting loose, and he slows down, and here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr. takes the lead, and we're about to go back to green flag racing.
All right, LaJoie was 3rd in the spring, but in 8 previous starts at Bristol, he has finished 20th or lower 5 times. His average finish 20.7. Lap 54, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. is our leader with 10 feet away, close pursuit. Number 21, Michael Walters, Band-Aid 4. He gets pushed behind the wall. Just after the restart, so we'll get an update on what's happening with Michael as you watch the battle up front between Earnhardt Jr. Only his 6th ever Busch Grand National start, his 5th in 1997.
This car is owned by Ed Whitaker. This is not Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s car. It's owned by Ed Whitaker, local team owner, international team owner.
Car that Harry Gant drove for many years with a lot of success.
And Ed was so impressed with Dale Earnhardt Jr. at Michigan, he called him last week and said, how about dropping my car at Bristol? Even though you've never been there, just go up there and see if you can make the field.
And Dale Jarrett off the pace, Ned.
He had just moved into the 11th position, but all of a sudden he slowed, headed for the pits. He has a plan of what the situation is.
Saw the car backfiring down off the racetrack as he takes the White Rain machine. There is a White Rain Gillette Ford down pit road for Dale Earnhardt, or Dale Jarrett, I should say.
Some damage to the right front of that car as he comes in the pits. And we see Steve Park, the winner last week, the 3 car. As he tries to work on Mark Green. That's Mark Green, the 37.
That is 11th, 12th, and 13th right there. The 37 is 11th, the 3 is 12th, and the 5 is the 13th. As we check in the Dale Jarrett pits with Kyle Petty.
Dale Jarrett said that his car was overheating. He spun in the back of somebody, caved the grill in. First thing they did was reach in and start pulling wire and pulling out aluminum out of the ductwork itself, which can get up in front of the radiator and cause the air not to flow through it and cause it to overheat. It looks like they're putting the window net down, and it's going to be the end of the day for him. He'll be back tomorrow, though.
We saw that replay from Stevie Reeves' in-car camera. Dale Jarrett was right on his bumper, so they were very close to that accident, so he got a piece of it.
And we see a change of position. Buckshot Jones moves back to 4th spot and put Dick Trickle, the 64 car, in 3rd.
Good and smooth.
There you're looking at Bobby Labonte, car number 44, back in 5th spot. Behind him, Mike McLaughlin, who finished 2nd here in the spring in 6th. The 38th of Elton Sawyer, then Jimmy Spencer, and Jeff Fuller in the car number 45, the Hunter Specialties car. Fuller, who won this race back last August.
Sawyer, the 38 car, looking right on the back bumper of McLaughlin, 34. We look out the back bumper of the McLaughlin car.
It says 6th and 7th.
McLaughlin, who said that going on Kyle Petty's motorcycle ride back in the spring helped him immensely here at Bristol. He got a chance to spend a couple of days riding along with Harry Gant, who told him all about what to do in Bristol, Tennessee. And he came here in the spring after that ride, qualified 2nd, and finished 2nd, his best ever finish on the high banks.
Sawyer got a great run that time, still not able to pass. Folks, you can see why there's so many accidents at this racetrack. Very, very difficult to get by.
Meanwhile, while you watch this, our leader in pretty heavy traffic. There, the car number 7 is the leader. He moves to the inside of Lyndon Amick.
That was a good move. Get to that inside if you possibly can. NASCAR, of course, gives these cars to move over the flag.
That's Chris Diamond in the 50 car that Randy Porter, 48, are going by. Oh, contact. And 50 car, both the leaders going to spin. Dale Jr. goes around.
Well, we're up. Trouble. Turn 2. Down the bottom. Check it out. Caution down.
And Dale Earnhardt Jr. spins it, and the caution will come out for the 4th time tonight. And he was trying to work his way through traffic and got into the car number 50 of Chris Diamond as we check in down with Bill.
With Elliott Sadler, obviously you're out of the car, you're out of the race. What happened to the car?
Well, I'll tell you what, man, we just kind of put ourselves in a hole with this terrible qualifying effort. I couldn't drive the car, and this is my fault, but we just got backed up over here in turn 1 and 2. You know how Bristol is, it's tough over here. I just got in the back of Robin, somebody got in the back of me, and we all spun out, and we cracked the radiator. We couldn't get any water to the motor, and I think we cracked either a head gasket or something in the cylinder head. I just hate all these guys at Phillips 66 and Diamond Ridge Motorsports who worked so hard. Thought we had a really legitimate shot of winning this weekend, but, this is the breaks of racing. We just got to keep on digging. I know we're going to lose a lot of points tonight. Let's try to make up what we can when we go to Darlington and see if we can get some more points down.
Elliott's out, and the leaders are in.
All right, now, from 70 laps on, now they can make it the rest of the way on fuel. There's the 44 car, Bobby Labonte. He is in. The Tim Fedewood car number 33 is in the Food City machine. The 34 of Mike McLaughlin, who finished 2nd in the spring, is in getting service. The rule here, 2 tires per position under caution. The 00 coming down pit road. We'll see who's going to get out. Oh, they squeeze in. That is the 33 of Fedewood. Buckshot, Elton Sawyer, as we check in with Kyle in the back pits.
Everybody that could pit on the backstretch came in that lap. They think they're in their fuel window. They can go the rest of the way. They're getting their 4 tires right now and headed back out. Kerry made no chassis adjustments. He's talking to Bob. He really hadn't even said anything on the radio. So he's just trying to improve his track position just a little bit, guys.
Well, you can see just how much trouble it is when with one lug nut falls off. The left front tire change on Terry Labonte. The lug nut fell off. He had to stop, pick it up, and put it back on. We're on the caution flag once again, and here's why. There's the leader, Dale Earnhardt Jr., 7. He goes down the corner, and 50. He and the 50 car make contact. And both cars spin. That's Chris Diamond in 50. They go around, and that will cause the caution flag to come out. The only...
All right, a different angle from behind. Let's see if we can see another angle of the contact net.
Okay, it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. down on the inside. And he gets his left wheels down on that flat spot once the car starts around, and he could not get it back under control, so both cars spin around. Fortunately, nobody hit them.
All right, that brings out the caution flag for the 4th time. The big winner on this caution flag pit stops, Buckshot Jones, who had been dropping back, came in 24th and out 7th. Now here's Dale Earnhardt Jr. back in, and the Ed Whitaker crew is right there, and so is Bill Weber.
Second stop here for Earnhardt Jr. They put on the right side tires. They had to take their time because they wanted to check behind the right rear wheel for some sheet metal rubbing. So he's come back in. They put on the left sides. Now they're checking around the car. Now they drop the jack, and Earnhardt Jr. is away. They also had to have him stop a little further back in his pit because when he left last time, he nudged the 57 car of Jason Keller, which is sitting here on pit road getting a tremendous amount of work done on the front end.
All right, under caution for the 4th time tonight. The safety car leads the field in front of a great crowd here at Thunder Valley. Jimmy Spencer is our leader. Back at Bristol Motor Speedway, safety car pulls away. Lap number 76, getting ready for the restart. The caution flag number 4 out for 6 laps. And here comes gentleman Jimmy Spencer.
It's Nathan Bucky, the 70th car in second spot.
And Randy LaJoie all the way back up to 3rd after his problems earlier.
Well, he and Todd Bodine are 3rd and 4th as the 2-point leaders running together now back toward the front. Matt Kenseth showing in 5th position.
Since they didn't make pit stops on this last caution, so.
Well, it's sort of been a seesaw night for Randy LaJoie. Benny, he started first and was first for a while and all the way back to 22nd, but now
Back up to 3rd spot, yes. When he had a flat tire, they had to make a pit stop. He went back to 22nd. Then the next caution flag, all the cars in front of him decided to pit. So, wow, look at all this. And there's Jeff Krogh and Mark Green. Jeff Krogh, the blue car on the outside. Green, the green car on the inside. Green, the blue car. And Krogh is running pretty good on the top side then. I'm impressed.
Surprising that he could stay up there. He might even maintain the position.
Well, he's never been here before. He just don't know any better. He wouldn't drive that.
that is the 18th position you're looking at there in car number 56. The 5 in front of him in 17th spot. The 37 there being shown back in 19th. That's Mark Green and the Wolf sponsored Chevy. Behind him, Johnny Chapman's car number 89 and Joe Bessie's Power Team machine, car number 6.
Even with all the action we've had, there are still 28 cars on the lead lap.
Field summary showing where your favorite drivers are running, and we have cars in the wall. Heavy contact. Earnhardt Jr. and Shane Hall right in front of the leaders coming out of turn 4. Here comes Spencer and Butke, and now they get slowed down as the caution waves for the 5th time.
Some heavy damage to the back of Shane Hall's car. Heavy damage as it crashed going off turn 4.
There's the Lux Country Style Food Chevy for Shane Hall. He will, you see him taking the helmet off, hanging it up, pulling the steering wheel loose. There was contact between him and the car number 7. That car right there. Thank you, Mike Wells, our director, giving us a great shot of showing us the sheet metal. See if we can see maybe what happened up in turn 4 between these two guys.
This is their speed shot, or stationary shot, as they come off the corner, and we see them. We see Earnhardt Jr. on the inside trying to get by the 85 car. They make contact, and the 85 car backs it into the fence, and we'll see Dennis Setzer with the 43 car go by. He has one of the onboard cameras in the Lance car. And there we see Earnhardt Jr. as he dives down, going down the backstretch under Shane Hall. You go in the corner, he can't get the spot. And they come off the corner. Here, there's their spot, and he dives to the bottom of the racetrack, and there they make the contact.
And you can see once again those left wheels were down on that asphalt, and that's you don't have as much banking down there. Bill Weber.
Well, Dale Earnhardt Jr. sits here on pit road. Heavy damage to the skirt on the right front side. Damage to the left rear quarter panel. Pull some sheet metal away and send him back out. He may make a return visit down here. They want to try and secure the front end of that car before this race resumes. The 85 car parked on the front straightaway here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. They'll move him out of the way, clean up the track, and we'll go back to green. 84 laps in the books. Jimmy Spencer is the leader. We'll be right back.
Boy, when you see lights surrounding a beautiful arena like that in Tennessee, you might think we're at General Neyland Stadium in Knoxville, Tennessee for the Volunteers of Tennessee. No, folks, we're about an hour and a half away from Knoxville in Bristol, Tennessee. And we got about 15,000 more seats here than what they've got in Knoxville. But what a great crowd tonight. And tomorrow night, they'll have 125,000 fans in those seats as the We work the caution flag once again, and the car number 7 in the pits.
He's back in the pits, and he has lost a lap in the pits. As a matter of fact, he has lost 2 laps, Jerry. He's now 2 laps down. But I think somebody went to sleep. Here are the leaders coming around when Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Shane Hall wrecked coming off of turn 4. Okay, here comes Jimmy Spencer, the white car right here. He comes down to the start-finish line, and you see Earnhardt over here. Now he's going to get across the start-finish line before Spencer. See there, he's still in the lead lap. But their momentum carried him right on by him going into turn 1. You see, as they go on down into turn 1, they go by. Well, he falls in line there right behind Nathan Buckley. When they come around the next time, he comes into the pits. Well, he should have passed them and went around. He'd have still been on the lead lap. But since then, he's lost another lap in the pits.
And they still continue to work on the car, trying to get the damage repaired on the 7 car.
Well, had he been running for points, that probably would have been critical. But instead of being 2 laps down, he would only be 1 lap down. Back with more from Bristol, Tennessee in just a moment. Back in Bristol a half a lap ago, they waved the green. Spencer pulls away, but they are side by side back in the pack behind him.
77 car, Brad T, the rear car, is a lap down, trying to get a lap back. Buckshot Jones, double zeros. He tries to work his way back in front. Also, Tim Feedle, the 33 car, the Kleenex car, was running second when all this pit stop started. He's trying to work his way back that way.
Here's Nathan Buckley trying to get around Brad Teague as they go side by side into turn 3. Buckley running in second place in the car number 78, the Carquest Auto Parts car.
Clear.
Here comes Randy LaJoy in the blue car and the yellow car number 36 of Todd Bodine.
They are being shown in 3rd and 4th respectively. You see Spencer has pulled away, then Buckley, then LaJoy, then the lap car of Brad Teague, the Pontiac, the Stanley Pontiac of Bodine, then Matt Kenseth, the car number 17 in 5th.
Todd Bodine, the Stanley 2 Pontiac, dives underneath the 77 of Teague, goes by. Kenseth goes by. Never see the 94 car of Barfield, the New Holland car, high on the racetrack.
He is 2 laps down, back in 32nd position.
Michael McLaughlin, 34. Kevin LePage, 88. Stevie Reeves, 96. And LaJoy goes by the 78 car to move into 2nd spot.
Saw those sparks coming out there. That's it. The car bottomed out when he went into the turn.
And you heard the all clear from his spotter when he got by. And here's a 36 and 17. Matt Kenseth driving for Robbie Reiser. Tries to make a move inside of Todd Bodine. Talks to him, no thank you. I'm going to slam the door. That is 4th and 5th right there on your screen.
Ned, I guess you realize, no, who's really high on Matt Kenseth? Jack Roush.
Is he?
Yes, he is. Thinks this young man, the 17, has a very, very bright future in auto racing.
There's a look at the MCI serial scoring for Matt Kenseth, starting back in 20th spot. Here just a few laps shy of 100. He's in 5th position.
I expect he has some experience on a track similar to this coming from the ASA series.
High Banks and Winchester. We'll show you, if you get an idea of how fast they run here on the half-mile racetrack, there's the speeds as they cross the line that time by.
And Buckshot Jones was the quickest car that time by.
Well, LaJoy up there at 116.333 is gaining on Jimmy Spencer.
I'm sorry, I missed him. Yes, LaJoy, the quick car.
And they're still quick. And way back down there, Steve Park had a good lap at 116.354.
Jimmy Spencer, the car number 20, is our leader. The 74 car, LaJoy in second. At that time by LaJoy still fast. As Bill Weber, the 74 car, is coming in a hurry.
And that's the test that Jimmy Spencer didn't want to have to face. His crew had told him just a few laps ago, nobody on new tires can catch you. But that's because the 78 car was holding up the 74 and the circuit Todd Bodine. But now LaJoy is beginning to reel in Spencer. Jimmy wants more spoiler when he pits. LaJoy consistently the fastest car here so far tonight. Remember, he has been it once. Spencer has not. He did tell his crew earlier he
Here's our split fire snapshot on Randy LaJoie, our point leader. It's led 46 laps, started on the pole, currently being shown in second spot, was down as far as 30th on lap 52, following a cut rear tire.
Clear.
Buckshot Jones, we talked about Matt Kenseth. Now Buckshot goes by.
And you pointed out how fast he was there, and a couple of times he's been faster than the other cars. Look at him move up on Todd Bodine.
Veteran Ricky Pearson is the crew chief for Buckshot Jones in the Aquafresh Pontiac. They really gained in the pits a moment ago. Came in at 24th position, came out of the pits on that caution flag in 8th spot. So great pit work for Buckshot.
Oh, some contact.
Doesn't take much here. Good thing you hit him on the straightaway just before they got to the turn.
I think that was Ricky Pearson telling me that's plenty of time. Oh, and Todd Bodine just moves over and says, go ahead.
And that's the 4th position. And Buckshot has it on the outside.
Clear.
And now Kenseth up on the outside.
Clear all around you. Good smooth. Just set your rhythm now. Good smooth. Set your rhythm.
So obviously Todd Bodine wants to finish this race. He realized those cars behind him were faster. We've seen Mark do that several times before. Just when those cars back there are faster, move over, let them go.
We're showing 141 laps to go here in the Food City 250. And we are told there's been a little bit of contact between these two cars, a 3 and the 96. Steve Park in the 3, and there's the look at Park. Let's see if the Chevrolet Monte Carlo comes in and gives Stevie Reeves a little bit of a nudge. Can't quite catch him there. We are told they've already bumped 3 different times in the last couple of laps.
Well, we saw when we were checking those speeds a few laps ago that Steve Park was one of the fastest cars on the track, but now he has run up on someone that apparently will bump you a little bit more. I'm still back here.
Slow car. All right, a little more. You're clear. Clear all around.
That is 13th and 14th, and now Park falls back about 3 car lengths.
They passed the 44 car. Now we'll take a look at from Steve Park's cars. He looks at the back of the Big A Auto Parts of Stevie Reeves. Comes off the corner, gets a run. He's going to dive to the inside. Can't quite make it.
If that isn't letting you know it back here, I don't know what would be.
Once again, that is 13th and 14th. You're riding with Stevie Reeves, former pole sitter here. Always runs this racetrack very, very well. Now Park on the inside, can't quite make it stick.
You might pay Stevie to do what Todd Bodine did a little bit ago, because you can get the wreck in a situation like this.
Does he have a fender? No, he can't quite get there.
And we can see that he's already knocked the rear bumper cover down. That's a piece of plastic back there. It's supposed to say Big A Auto Parts on it, so the camera can see it. Well, Steve Park has already knocked it down. And here's Spencer, the 20 car, in traffic. He goes by Barfield, but LaJoie, the 74, has caught up.
Clear.
Now remember, Spencer's tires are worn. LaJoie has pitted for fresh tires, and so now the interval is essentially nil.
Spencer's not an easy driver to pass. Now there's a pass. He finally made it. Steve Park got around Stevie Reeves, and so did the 75 car of Rick Wilson came on by. That team looking for a sponsor for next year.
Clear on your inside. Got a train of them on your inside. Race hard. There you go. There you go. All right, you're clear. You're clear.
The other spotters chattered at his critical, trying to tell Stevie, okay, get down, get down, get down, slam the door, you're clear, clear, clear. If you stay up there, they're just going to keep going right by you. Boys, you see how loose Stevie was, just working that steering wheel back and forth?
He's really having to work that steering wheel too much. As fast as you go around this racetrack, he is driving his heart out.
All right, that's Reeves back in the 15th spot, and now back up front with our leader, the car number 20, working on Tracy Leslie.
Saw a little smoke from Tracy's car a lap or two ago. he goes a lap down. He's in 25th position.
All right, 129 laps to go. And Spencer, our leader, but in hot pursuit is the current Busch Series points leader, Randy LaJoie. Back with more live Busch Series action from Thunder Valley in just a moment. Our speed road coverage of the NASCAR Busch Grand National Series Food City 250 from Bristol Motor Speedway is being brought to you by Firestone and your neighborhood Firestone retailers with over 1,500 locations. And by Purelator Pure One filters. You can't buy better engine protection. And a spin. Kevin LePage loops the car number 88 around, and that will bring out caution again for the 6th time tonight.
And it looks like Kevin LePage will go a lap down. And I'll tell you what, that was a good caution flag for some of those guys back in the back, because Jimmy Spencer was just driving away. Here's LePage comes off the corner. And he locks the thing up. Is he going to hit the wall? Come on, stop, car, stop.
Ooh,
just
right
touched it a little bit with the right front.
Yeah, but I believe that was hard enough to knock that front end out of alignment.
Could have been.
See it on the TV panel, TBA, October 4th, 98, 97. That's when they're supposed to be able to make their announcement for next year on the David Ridley car. And the car number 20, our leader will come down pit road at 35 miles an hour. So finally, the Zippo Chevy heads to you, Bill Weber.
And Jimmy Spencer comes to a stop. 4 tires here for Spencer, and they will make a wedge adjustment on the right side and clean the windshield. Plenty of fuel. Spencer will be able to go the distance from here. They take a hammer and adjust the spoiler. Remember, we told you, Jimmy said he needed more spoiler. Now around to the left side. Take off the left side tires. Tighten the lugs. Waiting for the tires. Park also in the pits. Park getting right side tires as Spencer leaves and heads down pit road. Still working on the right side of Park's car. They make the chassis adjustment, then swing around to the left side. So Steve Park gets 4 tires and fuel as well. Here, with 131 laps in the books of a 250-lap race. Still working on Park's car. Now it's down, and Steve tiptoes out of the pits and returns to the track.
All right, 4 tires for Steve Park, and of course Jimmy Spencer coming in getting his tires changed, and now Steve Park has to work all over again from the back of the pack. Looking at Todd Bodine, Stanley Pontiac. Bodine being shown in 4th position. Cloud and Company working on that car.
And they're going in on the right rear, making a change, probably pulling a rubber out or putting one in. I don't see one laying on the ground, so evidently they put one in the right rear.
And the 88 car is in, and Kyle Petty is there.
Kevin LePage is in the pits. They're pulling the right front fender off of it, topping it off with fuel, changing all 4 tires, obviously. As he spun around, just flat spotted all 4 tires. He's already been into a couple of deals. His front end's messed up a little bit. They made no chassis adjustment. They talked it over, and they said, let's just send him back out here on new tires and see what it's like.
LePage is down and away, but how about some unsung heroes tonight? How about a guy who lost a primary car this morning in practice? How about one Phil Parsons, whose channel lock Chevy is now being shown back on the lead lap?
Well, he had just gone a lap down a couple laps before this caution came out, Jerry, and some heads-up driving. He beat the leaders back to the line, so he got back on the lead lap. Of course, Phil using a backup car, the channel lock Chevrolet, not as good as it. There you see the crash car they had this morning, and this car that we're seeing right here now would have been a better race car because it was set up for this racetrack. The backup car sometimes not as good.
All right, Phil Parsons, a former winner here at Bristol, Tennessee. In fact, take a look. He's the only driver to finish in the top 10 in the last 3 Bristol races. Phil currently 4th in the points. Back in a moment. Back at Bristol, Tennessee, restart lap 136. That caution flag lasting 5 laps as there's our leader, the car number 74, Randy LaJoie. How about Buckshot Jones in the Aquafresh Pontiac?
He is coming on, Jerry. His car is very, very fast. You can see how close he has moved in on Randy LaJoie now, but catching and passing are 2 different things. Elton
Sawyer back in 3rd. Matt Kent's a 4th. Tim Feet to a 5th. Remember, Jimmy Spencer in the car number 20 had made his pit stop now. That's why you don't see Spencer in the top 10 if you just were away for a moment.
But he's in 12th, so that wasn't. There's still 22 cars on the lead lap, so to be in now he's moved up to 11th, so Jimmy Spencer on the way back towards the front.
And that's one reason he stayed out as long as he did, Ned, because he knew the cars would be eliminated. As we got a battle for the lead. Buckshot Jones going for the lead and takes it.
Good and smooth.
All right, Buckshot Jones only led one race in 1997. He led 32 laps at Milwaukee, but he had never led at Bristol until just then. A moment ago, here's Jimmy Spencer.
Looking on your inside. All right, you're clear. You're clear.
Oh, he goes down on the apron of the racetrack. Good save by Spencer.
Clear all around. Got one looking. He's there on the inside. Inside. Come on, race hard here, buddy. There on your inside. Another one there on your inside.
That's Stevie Reeves' spot.
Clear on your inside. Inside again. More there on your inside. One more, and then you're clear out to the
slowing
three
down.
car.
Phil Parson, if you watch this battle.
All around.
And this 3 car there is the Channel Lock Chevy now in the pits for Phil Parsons. A 3 car, we're told, is also running extremely quick.
There he is, moving up on Johnny Chapman. Chapman in the black number 89.
Remember, he pitted as well that last time during the caution flag. That's the Johnny Chapman machine is dead.
Oh, contact! And look at Elton Sawyer, the 38 car, has moved into second spot. Takes that spot away from LaJoy as they go by Mark Krogh in the 80 car.
Meanwhile, Buckshot has said bye-bye. The 00 car is pulled away by about, 10 or 12 car lengths over Elton Sawyer in the car number 38.
Look at Jimmy Spencer back in 8th spot, 115 and a half.
And take a look at the car number 20 and the car number 3 there in the speed. They're among the fastest cars on the racetrack. Talking about Jimmy Spencer in the 20 car and wait for the 3 car to come up. Well, he was in traffic that time by.
Well, I can't draw a straight line. I was going to draw a line there where he was at, and I couldn't do it. But you can see on the screen there that
and look at Spencer come off the corner and just blow by Fedewa. Wow, is that car quick? And that time the 3 car was able to clear that traffic, ran over 115 miles per hour.
And Jimmy Spencer, folks, just that quickly is in 6th position. Now let's see, he's got some clear racetrack. Let's see what kind of speed he can put up. That was the last lap when he was making the pass.
Once again, we'll check the speeds when we come to the line. And that time, in fact, he had no traffic. He ran almost 115 miles per hour. Nathan Bucky back in the back, 114 miles per hour.
Yeah, he made a pit stop also during that caution, the same time Spencer did. So those new tires definitely make a difference. They see Elton Sawyer this time ran over 114 in second place.
There's a 00, Buckshot Jones. There's Elton Sawyer.
Oh, contact! Oh, no! Oh, no! Elton Sawyer.
Wreck on the front straightaway. Okay, you ran over something. Hopefully you're okay.
And boy, heavy impact. Elton Sawyer gets hit, gets the outside wall, the inside wall. And now he again ends up against the inside wall. Heavy contact in the Barbasol Ford.
And you know, and the 00, the car that made contact is going to have some damage to the rear of the car.
Buckshot, I hate to get up that transition.
Well, there's Elton coming out of the car.
We need to get him.
Man, oh man, what a tough break for that young man.
I think we will. Keep the car the same way it is right now. We're good to go. Well, you get back up through this traffic. I'm just afraid everybody else is going to pit and we ain't going to make it. We got 100 laps to go. Do you want to pit or not? That's what I'm saying. Yes, I want to pit.
Hey, Buckshot saying I didn't want to give up the position. Ricky Pearson said...
All right, pit round open. No.
No pit road is not open. You see the guy waving the red flag down on the inside. Red flag, yellow cross flag.
There he is right there, waving that flag. Is that a classic confrontation? Driver talking to the crew chiefs. You see Elton Sawyer there has climbed out of his car. See if we can see again what may have happened.
You ever see Chris Diamond in the 50 car? Here's Buckshot Jones. Buckshot comes off the corner and comes up, clips the 50 car. He comes down, and that's, folks, that's heavy contact, the 38 car. He must have been running 105, 110 miles per hour when he ran into the wall almost head on, and then he hits it again, once again from another angle. Whoops, we're going backwards. Now they're going forward. Put it in high gear. Here they come off the corner right here. They're going to make contact.
Right there.
Yep. And watch this. Now watch this contact. Watch this, bam, in the wall. I'm telling you, folks, this is slow motion, but that was about 125 miles per hour, and you can see the damage. And once again, watch this. He hits the wall again hard.
That on the inside there. He's headed towards you. Can't do anything about it. Bam, right down the inside retaining wall.
Well, there's a shot. There's Elton Sawyer, who's gotten out of the car. He looks to be okay. Bill, how is he?
Well, he's very frustrated. I heard him this morning on the radio tell his crew, this is the best we've ever been here. You had a great car and a great run. You hurt your ankle?
My left ankle and my right knee. But I tell you, Eddie Pardue is probably one of the most underrated crew chiefs in this business. He really gave me a great car. Bob and all the guys did a great job. Just we didn't have too good of luck tonight, but awesome race car.
What happened there, Elton?
I think the 50 car, you know, just Bristol, you know, it was a bad deal. The 50 car, I don't know if he didn't give Buckshot enough room. They touched, really wasn't anybody's fault, but man, when he come across in front of me, I knew we were gonna hit hard. First one was pretty hard. Second one was real hard, and ready to go home now.
Okay, Elton Sawyer out of the race. Guys pitting on the front stretch.
All right, there is Buckshot, the leader in the pits, the Aquafresh Pontiac, Ricky Pearson and crew. Eddie Pearson there is a 74 of LaJoy. They will make an adjustment on that car. Check it on Buckshot. He is down and away, 22.4 seconds.
Buckshot comes down pit road. We see him making the chassis adjustment, loosening that 74 car up. Here comes Buckshot. Here comes the 34. It's McLaughlin. It's McLaughlin, Buckshot, then Randy LaJoy, and then Mark Green. 44 car of Bobby Labonte. Tim Feetwood.
You know, there were a lot of cars out there that made pit stops now that could have made it the rest of the way as far as gas is concerned, but they had to take a look at Jimmy Spencer after he got those 4 new tires a while ago, and then he and Steve Park, where they would come back up through that field, they said, we better get in and get some new tires too.
And guys, guess who will be our leader with all these guys coming on the pit road? It looks like Spencer is behind the safety car, and right behind him, Steve Park, two of the guys who made pit stops on the previous caution flag, and they had fresh tires, and they were coming in a hurry, and now they're going to battle each other when we go back to green. Our Pennzoil helicopter giving us these great shots in the Pennzoil copter cam high above Bristol Motor Speedway. As we have completed 159 or 250 laps, as Jimmy Spencer is our leader. Back in a moment. Track Facts are brought to you by Quaker State, the quality your car deserves.
Well, everything happens fast at Bristol. Fast laps, fast pit stops, fast tire changes, and fast refueling. This is what helps refuel the car quick. You've got 2 cans. They each hold 11 gallons apiece. That's 22 gallons. The car holds 21, 22, 20-something. If you watch some of these races, these guys run forever, so I'm not really sure. But what happens is this bolts onto the gas can right here. When they put it up next to the car, this piece retracts like this. It lets the fuel flow out around this. This is specially designed for fluid flow, so it's not a hindrance for it. It lets it flow. Okay, I got my hands full here. Sorry about that. All right, this piece is in the car. This piece engages, okay? It lets it flow through this neck. This is a specially designed piece also that allows it to come into and basically just suck the gas out of the can. You should be able to dump 2 of these cans in about 10 and a half or 11 seconds, according to my, oh, that's Michael, don't pay any attention. He knows absolutely nothing about refueling. Here you go. Hold on. He can be the male. Never mind, I'm not going down that road either. So what I'm saying is, the other piece that's real important to this is the overflow piece, which is not here. The most important piece is the gas guy. Michael's going to be a gas guy as soon as I get through doing this right now in a minute, guys. Hey. No! Don't do that on TV. Don't go there.
Don't put those two guys together.
Oh, get those guys apart. Send the police. Help somebody. Medication, please, to turn 3. All right, a unique and different track fact courtesy of Kyle and Michael. And we're going to get back after it in a hurry here. The Ford safety car about to pull away. And the leader
Jimmy
is
Spencer.
Jimmy Spencer.
Get ready.
Steve Park in second.
Get ready. Go. Green. Watch the outside. Watch the inside.
Yeah, watch everywhere. Those two cars were the fastest as we were clocking them coming up through the field. Talking about Jimmy Spencer and Steve Park. It looked like Park wants to move up on Spencer.
How about
56 car, Jeff Krogh, the 56, started 33rd this afternoon, has worked his way up to 7th spot. We saw him just a moment ago passing on the outside.
Got a few battle scars on that car, but nevertheless, he's done a good job of keeping it up towards the front.
This is the oldest of the Krogh brothers.
that's Tracy Leslie right behind him in the Lysol Pontiac.
Tracy's a lap down.
Whoa, they nearly touched. I'm not sure they didn't touch. The car number 20 and a 3 of Spencer and Park. And this is the Food City in-car camera you're riding along with. And Steve Park, he takes a look at the Zippo machine, the Chevy of Jimmy Spencer. That run 1-2. What a year Steve Park has had, and he's just a rookie. Look at his rookie rocket stats, Vinny.
2 wins this year, top 5, 7, 13 top 10s, first in the points. All these, where the arrows are all NASCAR Busch Series rookie records. The most wins by a rookie and the most points by a rookie, and he's still got, what, 8 races to go or something? And he's already killing more points than any Busch Series rookie.
He tied Dennis Setzer for winning 2 races as a rookie driver. Dennis was a rookie competitor, won twice in his rookie season.
There's the first 4 cars. Nathan Butke doing a great job in 3rd spot.
Now that 88 car of Kevin LePage, the black car, is a lap down.
Yes, the red car is the 4th place car. That's Dick Trickle, the door loop car. And look here, Nathan Butke's closed in on the back bumper of Steve Park.
There's a 78 car that Vinny's talking about, the Car Quest machine of Butke, trying to make a move.
I don't think Steve Park's car is working like it was a few moments ago when he was up there working on Spencer. He's got to be wondering, have I got a tire going down or what's going wrong? Terry Labonte, unscheduled pit stop, Kyle.
Terry slowed down going into turn 3 here and got down on the apron. His father Bob was on the wall. He never really said anything. You know, you never saw Bob just key the mic or anything. They run around the car, they looked at the tires, they jacked it up. They're standing here and Terry's laid the steering wheel up on the dash. He's getting out.
Kyle, I think we're going to have a penalty. See that NASCAR official right there standing in front of that car? That's Bob Labonte, Bobby and Terry's father. And he's just pulling his helmet off, said, I'm going to quit anyway. Don't matter if we get a penalty.
Terry said, I'm not having such a good night, so I'll just save it for tomorrow night's Goodies Headache 500. So he climbs out of the Alka-Seltzer Chevy. Meanwhile, the battle's still raging. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Now 3 cars are there.
saw Nathan Buckman in 78 close in on Park. Look at Dick Trickle's close in on Nathan Butke. And here goes, I thought he was going to make a run this time. As we watch the speeds that time.
Here comes Trickle on the inside.
Boy, he knows how to work traffic on a track like this. We'll see if his speed goes up now, Dick Trickle, because it looked like he was faster, and it certainly was faster and passed Nathan Butke.
That time he passed Butke down in turn 1, so that's not a fair indication. Next time by, we'll be able to see he is, in fact, faster than the leader.
But we see some of these other cars back in the back.
Got a car spinning. That's a 34 car. Mike McLaughlin down the backstretch. The 1 car, Hermie Sadler, his DeWalt Chevrolet is involved. And now, yes, indeed, the caution does come out as McLaughlin gets the Royal Oak Chevy righted and fired. And now you're riding along with Mike. He heads it back into turn 3. Both he and Hermie Sadler are able to pull away, but the caution has come out.
And he's racing Spencer back to the line, and I think he'll stay in the lead lap.
Both of them, McLaughlin and Hermie Sadler, both passed Spencer before the guy. Spencer didn't fight him off. I think he let him do that. That's a good sportsmanship.
All right, now you see the safety car pull right out just behind Hermie Sadler's car number 1, and they made an announcement this week that DeWalt would be with Sadler next year, but with Diamond Ridge Motorsports and Gary Bechtel. He becomes Elliott Sadler's teammate. We mentioned that last week. See if we can see again what may have happened to the 34 car.
Okay, that's Buckshot Jones in the 00, runs up on the 34 car, gives him a little bit of a tap, just enough at the particular place on the racetrack that he tapped him, and around he goes. Okay, there's the 74 car of Randy LaJoie. He gets on through, and where's Hermie? Hermie, come into the picture. We know you're there somewhere.
I would guess that someone ran in the back of Hermie Sadler.
Yeah, he probably slowed down and somebody hit him from the back.
This is Mike McLaughlin's car, real time. The Goulds pump on board.
Here, get on that gas, spin that thing on around, keep it down the wall.
There comes Hermie. Now he's backing up. He realizes he's got to hurry to beat the leader. All right, he jams in first gear. Nails the gas. Let's go. First, second. Where's the leader? There he is right in front of me. And the leader moves over, lets McLaughlin go. He gets that lap back.
Boy, he had to work hard there for a short period of time, didn't he?
He sure did.
All right, McLaughlin 8th in the points. He's been on and off pit road, but we are working caution number 8 here at Bristol, Tennessee. 184 of 250 laps are complete. Jimmy Spencer is our leader. Back at Bristol Motor Speedway, a lot of racing action to come your way here over the weekend. Coming up Sunday, NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, the Parts America 150 live at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN, and that'll be followed on the Deuce at 3 p.m. Eastern by the NASCAR Featherlight Modified Tour. The Ruffles 150 from Watkins Glen, New York. Our Benny Parsons and Dave Despain will be hustling out of here Saturday night after the Goodies Headache Powder 500, headed to Watkins Glen to call the action up there for Craftsman Trucks and Modifieds. And some excitement today in practice up there, Benny.
Ron Hornaday today flipped his Napa truck, and Dale Earnhardt was concerned about some shoulder pain. I haven't talked to him, don't know if he in fact had any injuries, but he flipped today, had to go to backup truck. And here we go, green flag.
Restart lap 188, that caution out for 5 laps.
And LePage at 88 right now, making that lap back.
He's running pretty good up there on that outside.
The white car 20 is Spencer, he's the leader. The 88 is a lap car. The car you're riding with is Steve Park in 2nd position.
Get the total line that he needs around the racetrack down on the inside. It sort of pinches him down there. He keeps running Page a little bit higher up in turn 4. Oh! Breaks loose that time coming off 4.
Wow, Spencer, what a great job. He did almost lose. Oh,
other people did a good job too. And Nathan Bucky got loose coming off the turn, and people running all over him on one side and then the other of him.
Boy, what a job Randy LaJoy did of missing Nathan Bucky back a moment ago. They're back up toward the front. There is Spencer Park at trouble in turn 2. It is Krogh in the car number 56. Jeff Krogh, and the caution will come out again. And indeed, Kevin LePage did. That work paid off.
It certainly did, because he's back on the lead lap now. 20th position, but nevertheless on the lead lap.
How about that for Kevin LePage and Jimmy Spencer? What about that save a moment ago in the Zippo Chevy? And if Steve Park isn't watching, he runs all over Spencer when he's trying to get the car saved. And there certainly is the break for that car, David Ridling's machine, with Kevin LePage. Well, caution number 9 here in Bristol, Tennessee. We'll come back with more in just a moment. Just some of the beautiful signs atop this fabulous facility here in Bristol, Tennessee. Bristol Motor Speedway. Back with exciting NASCAR Busch Series action, and excitement, well, that puts it mildly. We have had 9 caution flags, and it wouldn't be Bristol if we didn't have bumping. Let's show you some bumping.
You ever see Jimmy Spencer, the leader, coming off the corner? And look at there's Bucky, gets the car completely sideways, saves the car. LaJoy makes some contact as he goes by, and Jeff Krogh goes by on the outside. They're 3 abreast for a moment going into the 3rd corner as Buckshot goes by, and the 78 car, and then they go down in the corner. And there with the 70, is that the 75 car of Rick Wilson that goes in the side of the Jeff Krogh machine? Around he goes. And luckily no one hit the 56 car. And this was a break for Nathan Bucky. It looked like he had a flat tire or something. He's made some pit stops.
There's another angle. And you're right, Benny. He was very fortunate no one hit him. Krogh in the 56. Had a great run going here this evening, but he's still on the lead lap. 20 cars are too.
All right, Mike McLaughlin drove through this mess in the Gould's pumps in car cameras. High, 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 his spotter yells, and Mike made it through. We'll make it through this commercial and come back with green flag racing action at Bristol Motor Speedway in just a moment. Back at Bristol Motor Speedway, these beautiful shots from high above, courtesy of the fine folks at Pennzoil and our Pennzoil Copter Cam, soaring above this beautiful 125,000 seat complex in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Tennessee. Bristol Motor Speedway. What a night they have had as they are trying to jam up toward the front. Well, that won't work as Joe Bessie falls back in line behind Brad Teague.
Go. Green, green, green.
Himself a good jump there. Inside quickly. He didn't want a situation like they had the other time.
Let's check in the pits with Bill Weber.
Well, it's another race at Bristol, and Jimmy Spencer has another good car. How good is that car? His crew says it's pretty good, but not exactly the way they want it. Still, they are content to run to the end. Is the car faster than Steve Park? Well, they're not sure about that, but they think Spencer has more experience than Park. And here at Bristol, in the final 50 laps, that could be the difference.
Jimmy Spencer, our leader, on his own race recap. As Spencer is being pursued by the 3. Spencer has led 105 of 201 laps. There have been 6 lead changes, 9 cautions for 67 laps. The average speed, a little over 66.3 miles per hour because of those caution flags.
I believe Park figures he needs to strike quick here. Before, when they ran about 10 laps, Spencer seemed to pull away a little bit. So Park realized that and said, hey, I need to get him now if I'm going to get him.
And I tell you what, Spencer driving very defensively. Oh, some contact, Spencer. And here comes Dick Trickle. He's in the mix now as he gets a run on Park. Tries to get on the inside of the 3 car.
There's Robert Presley sitting there at 4th place. Chevrolet number 47. Been a while since he won a race. You know how.
All right, now riding along with Steve Park. And after that last contact, you saw Spencer throw up his hand and wave back to Steve Park. about that car number 47 moving in there, Kyle Petty?
Well, Robert Presley in the Sunoco car started this race 29th through pit strategy and through pretty great driving. He's worked this thing in the 4th position. He asked the Dakota's guys a minute ago. They're right exactly where they need to be. The way these guys are racing in front of them. So they're just biding their time right now. This car's won here before with Jeff Fuller. They've got a good shot at it.
In fact, it won a year ago tonight.
Exactly. 1 year ago tonight, Jeff Fuller went to victory lane. After sitting on the pole, he got his first win that night.
Oh, and Spencer goes high to parking on the inside, so not quite make it. Spencer's car, when he goes to the corner, just not sticking on the bottom of the racetrack. It scoots up the hill. See that? Big gap, but Park just can't get in there, so maybe that's the line Spencer's taking.
Boy, Park is having to drive not only offensively, but defensively. It's all over him.
That is the car number 64, Dick Trickle, the Duraloop Chevy, right behind Park. And now Park doesn't worry about what's in front, he worries about what's behind. Less than 50 laps remaining here in Bristol, Tennessee. Our split fire snapshot of Dick Trickle shows he hasn't led a lap, but he started 5th, currently 3rd. He was back as far as 42nd on lap 11.
And then that is the line that Jimmy Spencer is running. He's going in the corner and letting that car drift up high, and he's pulling away from Steve Park.
Well, after they run about 8 or 10 laps after a restart, able to do that. That's why I thought the Park figured that he needed to strike quick if he was going to be able to, because now Spencer is pulling away.
Second spot, Hermie Sadler has blown down to turn 1. Oh, he's really made heavy contact with the right side of the car.
Yes, he has.
The car's still rolling. Looks like he's still driving it, but the caution flag is out because there's all kinds of debris on the backstretch. That's rear panhard bar dragging the racetrack.
All right, caution flag number 10. As Hermie Sadler's DeWalt Chevy, heavily damaged, tries to make its way back to pit road, and Carl Simmons continues to wave the yellow. Back in a moment. Our speed road coverage of the NASCAR Busch Grand National Series Food City 250 from Bristol Motor Speedway is being brought to you by Quaker State, the quality your car deserves. By Split Fire. Enter the performance zone with Split Fire Performance V spark plugs. And by Daytona USA, the ultimate motorsports attraction. Working caution number 10 here at Bristol Motor Speedway as we check in with Bill Weber.
Well, it has been a battle for Todd Bodine tonight. The biggest problem has been the hole that they punched in the right front of that grill. Now, midway through this race, they put a makeshift Band-Aid made of sheet metal and little duct tape on the right side of that car. It helped a little bit, but then the car overheated. They wanted to cut some of that off, but they've never really gotten the opportunity. Todd, who was good this morning, that didn't have a great qualifying run, you get a good look at that Band-Aid. Really is fighting a handling problem now. The car is tight. He's trying to hang on and hopefully will make up some ground on LaJoie in the points. That's what he's hoping, as we're about to go back to green.
Well, he's losing ground right now because Brandon LaJoie is up in 5th place, and Todd Bodine is 10th, and we're green flag racing again.
Now 218, 4 laps of caution.
And once again, Ned, Steve Park needs to strike while the iron's hot. Needs the iron while it's hot. But Spencer driving away.
A couple of cars in the lead there, and maybe his tires would come in quick enough before Park got back to him. We got another crash over in turn 3.
At his 10 feet, it was Food City Chevy, the Kleenex sponsorship, as he tries to get down and keep the car from being lapped. He's down on the apron. The leaders are coming up behind him into 3. Here comes Spencer. Can he get enough speed to get back? No, Spencer will go by him, and Feedable will head for pit road.
Oh, it's tough break. They're going to run a good race here.
He was the last car on the lead lap. He was in 19th position, but now he goes a lap down here as the caution comes out on lap 221.
We'll see if we can tell exactly what happened. I guess the wreck there, we see the cars. Oh, he comes up the racetrack, makes contact with Lyndon Amick in the 35 car, almost saves it, but finally it swerves back, goes around, and bam, it's the left front and the rear hard in the wall.
Now here's Mike McLaughlin, Ned, driving through this mess.
Boy, it looks crowded up there, doesn't it? And all of a sudden, that car that was directly in front of him moved out of the way. You know, that old theory of the last, when you got to make that decision, which way you're going to go when a car is spinning in front of you, they say drive towards it. Well, that's what he did in that case, and when he got there, the car was gone. Doesn't always work, but worked right then.
Well, there's Tim Fedowa, what's left of his Kleenex Food City Chevrolet. Back on the racetrack as we have less than 30 laps remaining here at Bristol, Tennessee. Back at Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee, we got a battle of a different sort coming your way tomorrow on ABC Sports. It's the Pigskin Classic, talking about Big 10 taking on Big 12 as Oklahoma, the Sooners, travel up to Soldier Field to take on Northwestern. That is live at ABC Sports, 12 noon Eastern time, as ABC kicks off the 1997 college football season. And that should indeed be a good one up in Soldier Field in Chicago. Our field summary here, Jimmy Spencer showing you he's the leader, started back in 14th spot.
How about Robert Preston started 29th? Stevie Reeves started in 17th. Johnny Chapman started 37th, up in 13th spot, and Jeff Krogh in 33rd. There's 16 through 30. We're getting some cars that are out of the race. Terry Labonte. Also, there's 12 other cars to be considered. And Phil Parsons has broken a shock. He's now 77 laps back, still on the racetrack. Bill Weber.
Well, Jimmy Spencer leading them around here under caution as we get the 1-to-go sign. Spencer told his guys before that last restart, I've got my hands full. I don't know if I can do it, guys. And Al Kretzinger, his crew chief, told him, sure you can, Jimmy. 40, 30 laps here. It's just like a Saturday night race at Shangri-La. We got faith in you.
You get that boy pumped up. Jimmy Spencer has only run 8 races this year. He has 2 second-place finishes, 1 at Texas and 1 coming last week at Michigan to Steve Park, who is the guy who was right behind him.
I'm told that the 7-car Dale Earnhardt Jr. has been black flagged for dragging a piece of metal, some of the rear bumper or something, dragging the racetrack.
He's 2 laps down, back in 22nd position.
Restart here. Can Spencer hang on? 24 laps. That's all that remains.
Brad Tigg in the rear car, number 77.
Park. The camera looks out the back bumper as here comes Trickle trying to go on the inside of Park. Can't quite make it. Battle for second spot.
All right, Trickle giving Steve Park all he can handle. Remember, Park's a rookie. Trickle's had more than his share of short track action over the years. Over 1,000 short track wins up in the Midwest before he even came to NASCAR Winston Cup and Busch Series action.
Got a great run. He may have him. Oh, some contact and Trickle goes around.
Go, 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 go. He's racing you. He's racing you. He's racing you.
Did you see Randy LaJoie make that move and dodge it?
You know, those are the kind of moves that can win you a championship. As LaJoie missed the spinning car of Trickle, and caution flag number 12, making an even dozen.
And we saw the smoke when the cars made contact as they entered turn 3.
See the damage there on Trickle's car, the Duralube Chevrolet.
And they've got to go out and fix that bar that's dragging the racetrack. Tough break for Dick Trickle.
Take a look again what happened to the car number 64.
This is down the backstretch. Trickle gets a run. They're going in turn 3. And there they start making contact. There we can see the tires rubbing together. And Trickle tries to keep off the 3 car, tries to keep him spinning him out, and actually spun himself out.
I think his left wheels got down on the asphalt off the cement. Again. And
all right, let's take a look from Steve Park's bumper cam.
We'll see some contact here very shortly. See that smoke as they rub together and around Trickle goes.
All right, one more angle.
Going in turn 3. You never see Trickle as the car goes around. And here's LaJoie you're talking about, Ned, just turns the car left. He and Buckshot
both make great moves. And Matt Kenseth.
How about Robert Presley, who was right behind that and had to go high to miss a 64. Now from the Pennzoil copter cam, high above. Watch a 47 car go high to miss a 64.
Trickle really gets a great run coming off the corner.
He says, this is my chance to make the pass. Gets that fender up alongside, but Park comes down into the groove. Trickle had to get his left wheels down on the asphalt. Didn't have good traction there, and around he goes. And he's right. Robert Presley goes high. Matt Kenseth comes up. Ooh, almost clips Trickle, but didn't quite do it.
All right, the record for cautions at Bristol is 14, set in 1993 in the Food City 250. There is Dick Trickle as he has had those tires changed, some sheet metal pulled back away. We are currently standing at 12 caution flags. We do not want to tie the record. We tied the record here in the spring in the Winston Cup race with 20 caution flags on that day. That was the Food City 500.
And we can see that the crew has ripped that bar off that Trickle knocked off. Put him back to the fence, and he catches up to the field.
And there's the fact, as you see that record was 14 back in August of 93. We are 2 away from tying the record, and we are, what, about 17 laps away from the checkered flag. So we'll see what comes first, the caution record or the checkered. And remember, coming up next, the ultimate 9-ball challenge, billiards coming up next. So chalk up your sticks and get ready for some 9-ball action. That's coming up next. We're a little bit heavy here in this exciting Busch Series action, but couldn't ask for a better night of entertainment, NASCAR style, from Thunder Valley, as a crowd of probably over 80,000 have been watching. And tomorrow night, folks, 500 laps, Ned. It should be a barn burner.
Always is. Boy, this is some of the most exciting racing, night racing here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Friday night and Saturday night, among my favorite races.
And that's why they have 125,000 seats. Folks, this Saturday night race at Bristol is without a doubt the most sought-after ticket in auto racing.
How can you not get caught up in all the emotion of being here, the carnival atmosphere, smelling those hot dogs and popcorn and pizza and funnel cakes? Benny, stay put. As we look high above this racetrack in the Pennzoil copter cam, giving you a shot of the grandstands that are here. What we have nicknamed the Rose Bowl of racetracks for the seats and the configuration here. This half-mile facility in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Bristol, Tennessee. And if you haven't heard, Kenny Wallace is on the pole for the Goodies Headache Powders 500, his second career pole. And tomorrow night he will celebrate his 34th birthday. And what a way to do it, leading the field down to the green flag.
Well, the signal's been given. 1 lap to go.
Jimmy
Spencer will have to, once again, the 20 car, that Jimmy Spencer will have to try to hold off Steve Park in the 3 car.
Get her ready. Get her ready. Ready to go again. Get ready.
3 and 4.
Get ready.
Okay, get ready now.
Go. Green, green, green.
All right, 13 laps to go. Robert Presley has a good seat for those 2 in front of him. And Spencer is pulled away on the restart by about 7 car lengths.
And Buckshot Jones back there working on the back bumper of LaJoy takes a look from contact. And Buckshot takes that spot away.
At his fourth spot.
Oh, contact. Around goes Buckshot. Heavy
It's funny, guys. Drove down there and spun him out.
Contact, and Buckshot gets the car refired, and that will bring out caution number 13.
Did you get it going? It's killed.
It's certainly injured very badly if it's not killed.
Boy, what a tough break. Buckshot's Pontiac Grand Prix. Heavy, heavy contact.
One of the fastest cars here tonight.
It really was a great race car tonight. Look at how that left rear is wrapped around the tire. Man, it is killed, Buckshot.
Come over here. Hey, get over here.
We saw Buckshot take a dive at LaJoy going in the third corner.
I'm sure he's upset and mad. It's not very smart to do that.
All right, there's what's left of Buckshot's Pontiac. Let's see if we can see what happened in the initial incident.
Well, this is the crash where Buckshot goes in the corner, and around he goes, back across the racetrack. Several cars very lucky to miss him, and obviously was a little contact going down in the corner. Let's try from the camera, from the onboard camera, the Pennzoil copter cam. There we see the contact right there in the head.
Right there, just as they start into the turn. And it doesn't take much. As you start into the turn, you're decelerating a little bit, and around he goes. Tough break.
He had just taken the fourth position away. Is now.
All right, let's put your car right now through here.
All right, and here's the second contact. We're showing that bumper dragging, and Buckshot sees the 74 car coming to the outside and
tried to get in, hit the 74 car. I guess he did make a little bit of contact, or I guess that was LaJoy trying to avoid him. I don't know. Did he hit him there in the back end, you think?
I don't know. Boy, the crowd is going wild as they push the Aquafresh Pontiac down pit road. What's left of it.
Well, he had a great run going, Buckshot in the Aquafresh Pontiac, as they head down the pit road. And they are going to push it right by LaJoy's pit. LaJoy, the 74 pit, is the very end pit. They're about 6 pits away, and they will turn in right by that pit as the NASCAR officials are up there between the crews. Here comes Ricky Pearson, Eddie Pearson, and the rest of the Aquafresh team. The right side of your screen, those guys in the blue, that is the LaJoy pit. As they stand and watch as this team comes by.
Right, hey.
And one official pointing the finger at Buckshot. They ain't doing wrong there. They just pushed it right on him behind the wall.
Ricky Pearson talking to Chip Warren. It's going down to your car.
So tempers flaring here in the late laps as Buckshot had just passed the LaJoy car, and there's Buckshot out of the car and trying to cool off a little bit, and some of the PR people there trying to be able to talk to Buckshot and try to get him to calm down a little bit. And it's got to be frustrating for a driver who's run this hard, this long.
Here's where it all started. As you come off the second corner, there we can see just a little contact when Buckshot gets in the back of LaJoy. So LaJoy gives him the spot. They go in the third corner. Buckshot takes the spot away. Now they come down the front stretch, across the start-finish line, and right here, the 74 gets in the back of the 00 and spins him into the wall.
Well, those are great pictures from our Pennzoil copter cam. Great shots. What a perfect angle from above. You can see all the nudging taking place.
Green, green, green.
Okay, we got a little racing to finish here. Not much.
Yes.
5 laps.
As you said, and 5 laps. Again, Park, Kedge, Spencer. Spencer about 2.5 car lengths.
Matt Kenseth has a problem. He's very slow going into turn
4 laps to go.
Tracy Less's car nearly spinning. It got righted again. The Lysol Pontiac, no caution, no harm, no foul. These 3 cars, nose to tail, first, second, and third. There'll be 3 to go this time by. Spencer, car number 20, looking for his first win in '97. Park had won a week ago. Looking for win number 3. That's the Food City in-car camera.
And right now, Spencer was running that high line. He decided to move back on the bottom of the racetrack now. Protect that inside.
As they go by the Lysol car that's been in the wall up in turn 2, it'll be white flag this time by.
Coming up on Dick Crickle. Crickle moves out of the way.
Final lap. Can Park get him? Park is up about a foot away from the bumper, and Spencer hugs the inside groove.
Jimmy Spencer taking a checkered flag. Just reversing last week's finish, where Park was the winner and Spencer finished second.
Jimmy Spencer takes the win in the Zippo Chevrolet, his first victory in 1997. Jimmy Spencer waving to the crowd in the Zippo Chevrolet. Let's check in with Kyle Petty.
Well, I'm standing here with Buckshot. You had a great car all evening. From the time they dropped the green flag until you backed it in the wall up here, you had a great car. You run a great race. They knew you were here. What happened there at the end?
You know, in Bristol, it's always tight racing. You're going to bump into people. And, you know, I bumped in that 34 earlier, and I accidentally spun him, and I hated that because, I mean, I get along with Mike. He had a great car, and I hate to put anybody out, but, you know, we were faster than Randy, and Randy slipped a little bit up off the turn, and I've been following behind him the whole time, following him, and he just slipped up, and I barely touched him and got him a little loose, and we go down to this turn right here, and he dumps us, you know, kind of like you did at Talladega. And, you know, I don't know what the problem is with him. I guess he don't like when I run up beside him or something. But, you know, I've not spun him. He spun me twice now, so I don't know what we need to do.
Well, there you have it. You saw it on film, and now you know what he's got to say about it.
All right, Buckshot able to give us an explanation. He's obviously calmed down, but I think there's a fire still burning in that young man. And how about this guy here? Mr. Excitement, 2-time National Modified Champion, Jimmy Spencer, as he climbs out in victory lane. Winner here of the Food City 250. And Pat gives him a big hug. Let's go down to Bill Weber.
And a jubilant Jimmy Spencer has arrived in victory lane and must take off the shoes and get the right hat. Hey, congratulations. Welcome to victory lane.
I love this place, you know. It's been evil to me in the past, but tonight it wasn't, you know. The car just performed really well, you know, and I just can't say enough about Al Kretzinger, my crew chief, and all the guys. Kevin Blanks built a great motor, you know. Goodyear had a great tire, and
how about that 3 car that was chasing you, Jimmy? You told your crew you weren't sure you'd be able to hold them off.
no, our car wasn't as good as we needed to be. We were lucky the cautions kept coming, you know. And I raced Steve Parks clean last week, and that kid raced me clean this week, and that's a compliment to him. But most of all, he's a good race car driver, and not because he didn't rough me up or anything, but just because that's the way you're supposed to race, and I give him credit for it, you know. My wife and I have been married for 16 years today. This is a hell of an anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Jimmy Spencer in victory lane. Now to Kyle Petty.
Well, I'm standing here with Randy LaJoie. Here at ESPN, we like to present both sides of an issue. We've talked to Buckshot over there a minute ago about what went on in those last few laps. What did you see from where you were at?
I was trying to get the 20 car and those cats in front of me. Buckshot had a good car. We had a good car. And, you know, it's like in traffic down the highway, you know. I mean, these guys in front of me, he got to run. I let him go. And going into one, everybody checked up, and I got in the back of them. I mean, it's just short track racing at Bristol. I hated that it happened. You know, it's pretty much the same thing that happened in the 34 car. I mean, I was following Buckshot in the 34 car, and all of a sudden the 34 car took off. I'm not sure where he didn't spin out the last 10 laps, but I think he might have got a little help. Man, it's Bristol, man. What happens? This is racing.
I think they pretty much both said the same thing. It's Bristol.
All right, the Battle of Bristol, and we're just halfway through for the weekend. We're going to show you the final results unofficially. Jimmy Spencer gets his 6th career win. Steve Park finishing in 2nd spot. How about Robert Presley from 29th to 3rd? LaJoie finishes 4th, and Rick Wilson from 23rd to 5th.
We see Todd Bodine finishes 8th, so he loses a few more points to Randy LaJoie.
We see 14 cars in the lead lap. Jeff Krogh will finish 14th, the last on the lead lap. Trickle finishes 1 lap down there, 16 through 30. And we see Hermie Sadler finishes in 28th, a lap down. Buckshot, he will be credited with 26 tonight.
All right, Jimmy Spencer's 138 Busch Series race. You see the rest of the field and see where your favorite driver finished. Elliott Sadler with 6 of the points coming in, just 3 points out of 5th. That hurts him. Ouch. Finishes 41st after starting 32nd. Let's take a look at the point standings. LaJoie now pulls back up by 130 points over Todd Bodine. Steve Park 414 back. Phil Parsons, Buckshot Jones. Elliott Sadler holds on the 6th spot. McLaughlin, Sawyer, Fedua, and Kevin LePage rounding out the top 10.